we are going to be talking about a little bit of Christmas traditions and some our top 3 Christmas movies. So we haven't done segments. If you're new to this show, like we actually, back when we had a different name, we actually used to do segments like these every episode. And that's something we'll probably try and bring back next year that's themed in alignment with college football, just to kind of make things fun and interesting. But I was like, it's Christmas. It's Christmas,
Christmas.
Yeah, I'll take them to church. But yeah, so I was like, it's Christmas. We ought to be talking about some things like in that category. But we'll start with our top 3 Christmas movies. And so the way we'll do it is you'll list your 3, I'll list my 3. And actually, the best way to do it, me and the medical guy found out, Jacob, was you do your 3, your number 3, and then I do my number 3, and then we go to your number 2, and then my number 2, and then et cetera, et cetera.
I like that.
So we'll trade it back and forth. But you could first go. Your honor, your honor.
Yeah. Before I get into my movies, I just want to say this. For the longest time, when you did the whole, like, your favorite quote at the end of the episodes, like when you started this whole thing, dude, I had mine set up. I was like, once I get on this podcast, I knew exactly what I'm doing. I know everybody's going to love it. And then it's just, you got rid of it. Oh, man, I won't say it now, but we'll do that in the future. Just guess. But number 3, I think you just got to go with the classic Home Alone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, we all grew up watching that. I mean, it's a great movie. I watched it with my girlfriend the other, like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And the nostalgia of that movie is awesome. I love that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And the beginning of the movie, in terms of like when I apply it to real life, I'm always like, oh my God, I would not be able to, whatever this family situation is. You know, there's 1,000 kids running around in the house. There's stuff everywhere. There's a random fake cop just standing there like, hey, who's this? And hey, nobody's paying for pizza. Like, the whole thing is funny because you're like, that is a nightmare in terms of like handling it if I put myself as like a father in that one, I'd just be like, oh my God,
we slept in.
That's a good pick. My number 3 is The Muppets Christmas Carol. And
that's a good one.
I've watched that one since I was a kid, and little hand up moment here. When I was a child, I think that movie came out before 2010, closer to when I was born. I was born in 2000. And, of course, if you know the Christmas Carol story by Charles Dickens, you've probably watched multiple movies or adaptations of it. It's like, there's in the Muppets Christmas Carol, it's Harley and Marley and the ghosts, that haunt Ebenezer Scrooge and whatnot. And Michael Caine is Ebenezer Scrooge in that movie. And I used to hide behind the couch when they would come out, with the chains and all that kind of stuff. It used to scare the ever-loving crap out of me. And, this is before I was 10 years old. So I would hide in the back, and my brothers would be like, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, that shit's scary. But now it's a movie that we all quote as a family, and it's a fun Christmas one, and definitely in my top 3 list. I'm a sucker for The Christmas Carol. Just that story by Charles Dickens. I think it's the perfect Christmas movie. But yeah, that's my number 3.
That's a good one. That's a great pick. Number 2, you're gonna love this one just because we quote it all the time, and it's The Polar Express.
Yeah.
That one's just so good. I want to watch, I feel like I want to watch it every year. And just us being able to quote that movie all the time just makes it 100 times better. Well,
to the North Pole, of course.
This is the Polar Express.
Well, you coming?
You coming? And then just the other ones where he's like, a girl. Hey, we all.
Yeah, dude, Tom Hanks kills that shit.
I think he's got 5 roles in that movie.
Yeah. He's
the conductor or whatever. He's the ghost. He's Santa. I think he acts as the kid, not like the voice actor, if I'm not mistaken. But he's like that little tech crap that they put all over their face, like the black dots and stuff like that. I think he walks as the kid, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. I think he's also the boy's dad at the end.
You're right. I think he is. He's got so many roles.
And the narrator. He's like, the bell still rings for me.
He is the movie.
Tom Hanks is Polar Express. One of my biggest complaints in that movie is it Billy who sings in the back of the caboose or whatever?
I wish upon a star.
I wish upon a star. Yeah, that shit always, now that I'm I guess again, hand up again. I used to be scared of the puppet scene in that. You're a Scrooge, you know, like
yeah, I
with the
forgot
broken
about that
nose,
scene. Yeah, that
all the
terrified me
lost
too.
toys. Yes, I don't think that. I mean, I might not have to put my hand up on that one, but like it was scary.
It
It's
was
still
very
kind of
scary.
freaky today. And then I want to say, like in terms of Christmas songs, the one I've been listening to a lot this month is the Josh Groban's "Believe," the one that comes in at the end for the credits, where it's like children.
Yeah.
He's like an opera singer, and he kills that stuff. Like I never listened to the lyrics, but like the lyrics are pretty solid.
I was gonna be honest, you low-key killed that right there.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Such a great movie.
Because,
And then-
yeah, he says, children sleeping, snow is softly falling, dreams are calling like bells in the distance. We were dreamers not so long ago, but one by one, we all had to grow up. When it seemed the magic slipped away, we find it all again on Christmas Day. I was like, damn, that hit.
That
I was like,
really hits. I never paid attention to that.
you know, because it's big for me this year because, like, you know, we're all working now and, like, in the adulthood and stuff, and like Christmas used to be like that thing where you just can't wait, you know, to wake up in the morning and stuff. And now you kind of lost it. You know, you used to be a dreamer, you used to be this, that, and the other, and then now it's like, you know, what do you want? I'll send you the link, and you send me the link of like exactly what I want.
Let me show you the
And I
Amazon
open the-
package I want.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just open the thing and I'm like, oh, wow, it's exactly what I asked for. Like, I've told my family like multiple times, I'm like, don't even like send me, like we do like an exchange between this brothers and my sister-in-laws. And I'm like, I prefer you guys just give me an idea or I know what you guys like and let me go buy what you like.
Yeah.
You know, my brother likes to hunt. He likes, you know, sunglasses. He has a big affinity for watch and like luxury watches and things like that. Like, let me buy something that you like and make it thoughtful instead of like, here, send me a link of exactly what you want at the budget of $50 and then you'll open it and be like, wow. Act excited instead of being excited, you know?
See, me and the interner do we send each other's the link. We're not creative like you guys.
Oh, we still really don't do it. I've
Oh, really?
Kind of begging everybody like, hey, we should
Start
do it this
doing
way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody does it differently. Yeah. Okay. So my number 2 is actually this one has usurped a lot of movies. And I guess I'll have to go back and say an honorable mention for me is The Christmas Carol by Jim Carrey that Disney did. That's an honorable mention. So the Christmas carols are kind of right next to one another. But
Is that when he's Scrooge?
yeah, that's where he's Scrooge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But number 2 is It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes, that's a good
with
one.
Jimmy Stewart. And dude, I watched that movie with my parents last week. I was just in town visiting, and they were like, I said I used to make fun of him and go, "Oh, Mara, I didn't know I have so many friends." And so I was like, let's watch it. I've never seen it, and you know they colorized it and whatnot. My guy, I shed a thug tear at the end. I was like, holy smokes, this is a good movie. It was genuine. It's a great storyline. It's a great plot. Yeah, so I was like, damn, this is a top 3. I got to watch this every year now.
I'm kind of excited to hear what your number 1 is now that you have that at 2.
We'll see. I think you already said it, so I guess I'll go ahead and then you'll go your number 1. But my number 1 is Polar Express. I think that's always. I apply it to our family's tradition when I was growing up. So right after Thanksgiving, we buy an ornament every year that is accordance to what we did that year. So if I got like my driver's license, I got a car for my ornament. And then when we were growing up, we got a football player every single year. So I had like LaDainian Tomlinson, Ben Roethlisberger, Tony Romo, Michael Strahan, all these different guys. And while we're decorating the tree, me and my brothers and stuff, like we would have Polar Express playing and like dinner would be cooked and cookies would be made and shit like that. That was like our now it's Christmas sort of thing. So, because of tradition, Polar Express is number 1, although that tradition is kind of withering away.
Yeah.
Due to new families and things like that. And then it's a little different, but 20 years of my life, we did that.
My number 1 is, we do it every year, White Christmas. It was made in 1954. My dad watched it with his mom every Christmas, and then we did it when we were growing up. And then we all went to college, and then we kind of I think we stopped doing it for like a year or two, but then we'd always like walk in on him watching it, and so we're like, we gotta bring this back. So now we're back to doing that. That's something I want to do. Like, even if my Hannah doesn't want to watch it with me, which we totally get, from 1954.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it every Christmas, whether I'm with someone or not. My kids can join me if they want, but
It's tradition.
yeah,
We have to.
like, I have to keep this going. I want to get to the point where my grandkids want to watch this, and it'll be my dad's great grandkids watching this, like and then their great grandmother started this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just an awesome tradition to start.
Well, if no one watches with you, I'll do it.
Yeah, sweet. Texas A&M
All right,
weekend.
so top 3 movies: Muppets, Christmas Carol, It's a Wonderful Life, and Polar Express. And then you had, what were your 3 again?
Home Alone, Polar Express, and White Christmas.
A brilliant list. If you disagree, reply in the comments. No.
We do not care.
We do not care. Okay, now Christmas.
Turning into
Christmas
Turner.
traditions. Yeah, I know. I'm fumbling for words. I got so much on my mind.
Yeah.
There's so many gifts that I got to open. I didn't grow up with a lot. I used to get only 12 presents every year.
I'll pray for you tonight.
Horrible. So now I only get 2, and the budget's lower. So anyway.
Poor thing.
All right, for your family, and for yourself, your favorite Christmas tradition that you guys do.
Favorite Christmas tradition? Well, we always used to do, that was really the main tradition, was the White Christmas movie. But to just kind of like make it a little different, we'd always go. It wasn't on Christmas Day. It was just kind of around Christmas time. We'd go to Austin to see my aunt and uncle, and then we'd see his 5 kids that he had, their husbands and wives, and then their kids. So it was just a ton of people. And then when the kids went to bed, we'd play left, right, center. And so we'd play that every year. And then I kind of wish that was like my all-time favorite tradition growing up. I mean, we've all got lives now. We can't really make it to Christmas anymore, but that one was my favorite besides the White Christmas one.
Yeah.
Was the left, right, center.
Yeah, that's good. I think we do a similar game at my mom's parents' house, my Nana and Gram's. Our favorite tradition is with me and so I grew up with 3 brothers. I know you know that, but the audience might not. And I was the third. And so there was a Christmas, I think it was in 2004. My dad got us a GameCube. And so he was like, I actually joked about it with him yesterday. I said, that's the best gift y'all ever got us. Like, I remember that Christmas specifically. And he's like, yeah, it's the worst mistake I ever made was getting y'all a video game. And so we all started laughing. I was like, yeah, I know. But, when none of my brothers could sleep on Christmas Eve and stuff leading up into Christmas. And so Ryan was very tech savvy. Ryan's on the show, the analyst. And he had a projector. And I remember it was like 2008. It goes all the way back on the game I'm about to mention. But we hooked up his projector inside of my biggest brother's closet and closed the door and plugged in the GameCube because we all couldn't sleep and the gifts weren't out yet. And so we started Super Smash and Super Mario Strikers. And so now every year we all 4 go upstairs or wherever and plug the GameCube in, and we play Super Mario Strikers, a tournament, like a 16-game tournament on the hardest mode, and just wipe the floor with these Super Team Clankers and Wario and Waluigi and things like that. But on the Super Strikers, it keeps a history of your games, and so we'll go in there and look at our history, and we've won so we've done it since, I think, 2012, but it dates back to 2007 of just all of our tournament wins. It tells us our record, who we beat in the thing. Like, it's phenomenal. So now, like this year, I texted my brothers yesterday and I said, who has the GameCube? And Travis, of course, my oldest brother, he's like, yeah, I got it. I'll bring it. We'll play Super Mario Strikers and whatnot. And so every time we'll look back at the history after we're done wiping the floor with these fools and just kind of admire it and say, holy shit, we've been doing this for like 20 years almost.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's fun, dude. It's such a good game, and it's harmless and all that kind of stuff. Like, nowadays, they have kids and stuff, so we only do like a 4-game tournament, but it's still a tournament.
Yeah.
We're like, close the door, you can bother us for an hour. Now we're like drinking beer while we're playing it and stuff. Like, so
what's funny?
Changed, but
what's funny you say that, like when Turner and I when we got the Xbox 360, we would ask the video games for Christmas. What's funny is Turner would ask for one game and I'd ask for another, so that way we could both get the games we wanted. And then it got to a point where my mom was like, okay, both of y'all pick one game. We didn't have two.
Yeah, we're outsmarting the
And
system.
so Turner was picking I was picking all the Halo games, and Turner was picking all the Call of Duty games, and we'd like have to switch because like I remember this one year I got Halo 3 for Christmas, and
Beautiful game.
I was that's still my number one best game of all time. Like it's the best game of all time. I got that game. It was the first thing I opened, and I had like 5 or 6 other presents to open, and then my stocking. I opened those things up in like 3 minutes, ran upstairs and played that game until I finished it. And it took me like 7 hours. I was playing games for like 7 hours.
That's one of the greatest games. It was similar on our end. We would almost all that's a secondary tradition we would do is my parents in our stocking would give us a movie. Like we would each have a movie each. I remember getting Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the movies I can remember getting where I was like, oh, this is cool. And so we would have it on like Blu-ray or something. And that was back when, discs were a thing. So if you go back in our cabinet now, my parents are building a home now, but probably in a box somewhere. But if you looked into the cabinet, you would see like 200 movies, and it would date back to like the 90s. We had VHS tapes of Frosty the Snowman, Robin Hood from Disney from like made in the 1950s or whatever with, Marion and the King Henry or whatever. So yeah, we'd be watching those upstairs at our old house in spring and get a movie every Christmas, and it would be that was something that we used to do all the time. But yeah,
Christmas is a wonderful time filled with God bless us, everyone.